Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this watch party with your very own New Haven Symphony Orchestra. My name is Chelsea Tipton II, and I'm the principal pops conductor for the orchestra. With the virus that came about, we had one concert left that we wanted to perform for you in June. And it was the music of Judy Garland. It was entitled Get Happy, a Judy Garland celebration. And joining us on that program was going to be Joan Ellison. So we thought it might be interesting for you to get to know her a little bit. We will be having her to join us in future seasons, but we thought it'd be nice to have a little interview, and she's going to have a little mini recital for you so she can share some of her love of this particular artist, Judy Garland. So without further ado, let's bring on Miss Joan Ellison.
Chelsea, hi, great to see you.
It is great to see you too. Thank you so much for joining us. I live down in Beaumont, Texas. I'm down here in Texas. Where are you?
I'm in the Cleveland area in Shaker Heights, Ohio.
Okay, all right. And I thought it might be interesting for us to start with sharing, if you could share with our viewers today about your musical training, your musical background. Where did you grow up, and where did you go to college, schools, and how did you come to this point in your life of featuring the music of Judy Garland?
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get all of that in there. I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, and studied voice and piano, and then eventually came to college at Oberlin Conservatory of Music as a classical voice major, and I also got a master's in music teaching there while I was at it. And then what was the rest of the question?
So your training, that's kind of leading us into your training. You also played piano. Did you do that in college as well, or was that before college?
Well, I started playing when I was 4. So like many musicians, I had no childhood, but with Mrs. Smith in Des Moines, and then and really mostly studied with her all through school, and then studied with Robert McDonald at Oberlin. I was probably his worst student, but but I learned a lot from him. So.
You know, it's so funny, as a conductor, so many people come up to me and say, I sing, I want to sing with the orchestra. And it always warms my heart when I meet a singer who also plays piano, because piano it teaches you so many of the theoretical side of music, about harmony, melody, rhythm, form, and so on. And so it gives you kind of a good background to learn about singing on top of that. Now, this music of Judy Garland, how did you come to specialize in this particular program, this particular music, this particular artist, Judy Garland?
Well, Judy Garland was my first love. I mean, really, her voice was what made me think, oh, I want to be a singer. And that was, I think, at about age 2. My parents had gotten me a Wizard of Oz record. It was a record. I'm dating myself here, but yes, and I loved it. So that's how I got started with that, and then kind of came back to that after college.
You know, it's funny, those very early influences are so important in our development.
They go deep.
They go deep. And they go from I learn things now at my current age, but the things I learned when I was at 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, really has a different place for me. And for me, it was John Williams and conducting the Boston Pops. Star Wars came out in 1977. John Williams was connected to Boston Pops. And I remember seeing him, and though that music and that identity laid the foundation for me and my love of pops music. So those early remembrances are so important in our development.
Well, and of course he's an amazing orchestrator. So understandable.
And I was so excited about this concert we were going to be doing in June, because here in Beaumont, Texas, where I'm the music director of the orchestra here, we did a performance of the movie We showed the movie over top of the orchestra, and the orchestra played the music and accompanied the movie.
And that was Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz. And it
Oh,
was
wow.
so difficult. But the audience loved it. I loved it. But as a result, I had to watch The Wizard of Oz about 30 times to get ready
Wow.
for it. So I really was in the zone for the music of Judy Garland.
Right. Following the yellow brick road.
Yes, indeed. I was trying to think of this earlier. I was talking to someone and they said, how would you describe, they asked me, how would you describe the music of Judy Garland? What would be your thoughts? How would you describe her music and her performances?
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, the thing about the singing, the Judy's singing, is that I think is really unique. Is that there is no barrier between what she's singing, what she's feeling, and what comes out of her.
Yeah,
And there is no barrier between her and the audience. So that it's just this loop, this amazing loop between the song and the singer and the audience. And there's just no impedance anywhere. It's just all kind of the wide open channels. So that would be maybe the first part of the question. And then of course she was singing this fabulous music. I mean, we had a golden age of American popular song in America. That was redundant, but you know what I mean.
I know what
And
you mean. I know what you
yeah,
mean.
and you know, from about the 20s to the 50s, and of course there are notable exceptions, but you know, generally they were writing great songs during that time period. And you know, she was born in 1922 and just, you know, rode that wave basically,
Yeah.
and was, you know, getting to sing all these amazing songs.
You know, and that's another good question. Did she write any songs
She
or
did
were these?
write a few.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. For example, she wrote one with Mickey Rooney called, I believe, Oceans Apart. That's a lovely kind of swing tune, like dance tune, um, that's recorded on Decca Records. I'm trying to think what else, but she did write a few. Yeah, and she wrote poetry as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she lived a relatively short life, but in that time, she accomplished quite a bit and was quite prolific in her journey. And I think with a lot of artists, you have to be willing and able to do a lot of things. She was a singer, she was a dancer, she was an actress. You have to have a certain flexibility in going a lot of different directions if you really want to make it as an artist. And she certainly did personify that.
Yes, and she was one of the hardest working women in show business. I mean, her schedule is just unbelievable what she did in that short time.
And you know, some people think, well, she's talented. No, but you talented, but you got to
Yeah,
work really hard to get
yeah,
there.
and from you know, age 2,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
her father owned a theater, you know, and so yeah.
Is there I know the answer to this question for me.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite song that you have that you sing or that she has sung or placed out there that really resonates with you?
Well, I mean, you know, head over heels above every other song for me is Over the Rainbow,
Yes. I don't
because
think I know
that
that.
is the song that made me want to become a singer. And you know, even it's it's been a really long time since I've actually sung a concert and not sung that song.
Yeah.
But every time it gets me. I mean, it as again, you know, you were saying that things we are exposed to in childhood can go so deep,
Sure.
and that song is it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. There's and during that period, that golden age period of Rodgers and Hammerstein, Richards and Hart, these had such great, these were such great melodies and great and
Beautiful.
singable melodies. And when you hear them, you just remember them. And you know, one of the things I love about this program we were going to do in New Haven, I guarantee you that the audience would be leaving humming.
Oh, for
You're going
sure.
to be humming. You're going to be singing, and that's what you want. You want melodies. You want themes that we can call hooks in them. They get in your mind, and you just sing them over and over. And certainly, Somewhere Over the Rainbow is that for me.
Wonderful.
Have,
And
have you done teaching? Have you done any teaching?
yes, I actually my title at the Cleveland Institute of Music is Teacher of Popular Voice. I didn't give myself that. Everyone else is like, "What are we on popular?" Um, so I teach all styles of popular singing.
Okay.
And yeah, what was the rest of the question? Do I
Well,
teach?
but that leads up to my next question. Do
Yeah.
you have any advice for emerging singers?
Okay. Well, I would say get the most scientifically based vocal training you can get,
Mhm, mhm.
and also, expose yourself to all kinds of different music, especially
Right.
while you're young, especially if you I work with a lot of singer-songwriters,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
it's so important to like get all those influences in and get exposure to all those things, because you just never know then what's going to come out of
Right.
you, or what you're going to unexpectedly connect with.
Sure. I have told this story before that I thought my first time conducting in Europe was going to be the Beethoven's Fifth Symphony or Mozart's
Of
40th
course.
Symphony.
Right.
And my first time conducting in Europe was Every Breath You Take with Sting, you know? You just
Great.
never know.
Yeah.
And
No, you
I
don't.
made the most of it. I was into it. I gave it everything I had.
Yay.
And I always say, when people ask me, well, what's your favorite type of music? Good music is my favorite type of music. And it doesn't matter what genre. And I try to impress that upon young people. Be open to listening to all types of music.
Yes.
Good music is good music is good.
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
that
Here,
simple.
here.
And so, you did a little bit of a recital for us, and we appreciate that. Could you just kind of give us a little, tell us a little bit about what some of the songs that you have on the mini recital that our viewers are about to see and hear?
Okay. Let's see. Well, there are a couple of songs that are kind of hot off the press.
Okay.
I transcribed the piano part off the Carnegie Hall recording, the 1961 Carnegie Hall recording for A Foggy Day and If Love Were All, and I've never performed those before, and so these will be on the concert. And I was actually restoring the entire Carnegie Hall concert orchestrations with the Judy Garland Heirs Trust, and so this is sort of the last bit of that I wanted to finish up. There's one more piano only one that I'll get to eventually, but these are two of the three. So I'm excited to be able to do those. And there's a really fun song called "I Don't Care" that Judy sang in the good old summertime, and it's kind of become a meme on Instagram and other social media where she's just singing "I don't care, I don't care." So it's kind of a fun one, and some other known and less well known ones.
Yeah. Well, it's a delightful, wonderful collection that you put together for our viewers here, and I know they're going to enjoy it. And as I said at the top of this, we just wanted to have a chance to meet you a little bit, hear about your pathway, your journey, a little bit about Judy Garland and her music. And we're going to have you to come back and join
Yay!
us in New Haven in the coming season, in the following season.
I look
So
forward to it.
I look forward to it. I look forward to working with you and sharing the stage with you. And I know our audience is going to really enjoy hearing you sing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We have this wonderful mini recital that Joan has put together for you, and some of Judy Garland's greatest hits that you're going to really just absolutely enjoy. And we thank you so much for coming and joining us as we had our interview just now. And please stay tuned for this wonderful mini recital. Thank you so much.
Thank you.